I'm so excited to see you tonight.
First date, baby. First date, I can't wait. First date.
What's up, you guys? Thank you for tuning in to another episode of First Date. My guest today is a hilarious comedian. She's a New York Times best-selling author. She's a content creator. Give it up for Elyse Myers.
Yay!
Thank you for coming on my show.
Thank you for having me.
Where do you live?
Omaha, Nebraska.
Why?
A boy.
It's always because of a boy.
It's always a boy.
I moved to Austin for a boy.
Austin's a cooler move, though, I feel like, than Omaha, Nebraska.
How did you meet someone in Omaha, Nebraska?
I met him in Australia at a grocery store. So I was getting roast beef, and he was getting salami, and we met. And
In the deli?
Yep. Yep. And he had a friend, and I had a friend that knew each other, and we did the introductions, and then they started talking. So then I was like, well, I guess I'll just talk to this person. And then we kept talking, and they were like, we don't have anything to talk about, and just went away. And then we just never stopped talking.
Really?
Yeah.
How long ago was this?
So we've been married for 8 years?
Wow.
18, 19, 20, 22, 23, 25, 8 years.
What were you doing in Australia?
We were in school.
What were you studying?
It's like songwriting.
What was he studying?
Kind of the same thing, like a leadership in teaching and leadership kind of vibes. It's a trade school in Australia, so it was more like you go for the summer camp experience, but then you end up just staying for a few years. And then I actually we connected the week before he left the country and was going back to Kansas, and then I was going back to California. We FaceTimed a bunch, and our first date, he just introduced me or invited me to Kansas, and he's like, I think I want to marry you. So I just want you to be sure. So just come to Kansas for a week with my family.
How far into the relationship was this?
0. We're not dating. We literally are not together.
And he knew right off the bat that you were the one.
He knew when he met me. I was dating someone when we met, and then we didn't talk, and then I broke up.
This is a movie.
It is. It's a whole movie. It's wonderful. Yeah.
Were y'all going to the same school in Australia?
Same school, but totally different campuses. And because we didn't have cars because we were broke, 45 minutes away might have been another planet. We would never have seen each other. So the only thing we had in common was school. By the way, before we started, did I hit myself and I'm bleeding or no?
You're not bleeding.
I love that.
But I'm supposed to help you fix your bangs.
Okay. Did God just tell you that?
Yes.
Oh, your ears. Sorry.
Well, I'm glad that someone looks out for you.
Yeah.
Fucking hell, dude. So I have an episode that's out that still pisses me off. It'll piss me off forever. And I have a big, giant, piece of green cilantro in my tooth.
It's diabolical.
I know, it's rude.
This reminds me of something that is not relevant probably at all, but do you know who Blippi is?
Who?
Do you have kids?
Yes.
Blippi?
I have a 1-year-old.
Okay. Well, I don't know if I'm even allowed to say this on this, but there's a whole episode where he does a night tour in an aquarium, and his fly is down the entire episode. And there's a whole Reddit thread about Blippi at night of that had to be intense. It was really funny. So anyways, that's not relevant. Anyways, yeah. So,
that's so funny,
yeah,
though.
Yeah. I don't know where we were before that.
Do you have kids?
I do. I have 2 kids. I have a 5 and a 2-year-old.
Wow.
Yeah.
Boy, girl?
Both boys.
I'm pregnant with my second boy.
Oh my God, congratulations.
Thank
How far
you.
along are you?
About halfway. I'm 20 weeks today.
What the fuck? You don't. Sorry.
I'm wearing a fluffy dress.
You look so.
It's
the
there, though.
second one usually you pop so much earlier.
I did. If I wore a tight dress, you'd be like, oh.
I would never. Wow. I'm so impressed.
I'm pretty large. I'm hiding it well.
Well, the dress is great.
Thank
you look
you.
great. Also, you're allowed to be large when you're pregnant.
You are.
Anytime, pretty much. But I'm just shocked. Wow.
A 5 and a 2-year-old. So you got married. Wait, hold on. So he said he wanted to marry you.
Yeah.
And so you went to Kansas?
Went to Kansas. Well, I said. Well, okay, let me back up. Can I just do the full story?
I'm literally here to hear about your dating life.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's fair. So we met. I was dating someone. His friend, when they walked away, said, "Geez, why don't you marry her already?" And he goes, "Maybe I will." And then he goes home.
When was this?
This was when at the meat counter.
At the grocery store, someone said that.
Yeah, his friend. So we had both had a friend with us.
This is sort of like the Truman Show, where
It was wild.
everyone had
everyone but us knew.
Yeah.
Well,
crazy.
he knew. I'm actually the only one that didn't know, but I'm traumatized. So yeah, I couldn't fathom someone liking me and meaning it. I was like, "You're a liar,"
Oh.
boys are just horrible.
Yeah.
Until
Okay.
they're not. And so, anyways, so his friend was like, geez, why don't you marry her already? He's like, maybe I will. He goes home. He looks me up on Facebook. Sees I'm dating someone. And he's like, well, that sucks, but it's cool. Cause he's like, before that, I couldn't picture putting anyone else, like trying anyone else on in my mind and actually wanting to be with them. And so he's like, it gave me hope basically that like there were Elyses out in the world. And I thought he was so hot, but like it wasn't like I want to be with you because I was so committed to this person, broke up with this person. We ended up seeing each other again like 8 months later. And he didn't know I was single, so he didn't talk to me. I thought he knew I was single, and I thought like, oh, he just doesn't like me. So I tried one time to like chat with him, but he kind of ignored me. And I was like, okay, that's fine. I'm leaving the country. We're doing other things anyways. And then I saw him again 1 month later, which was like a week or a couple months later, a week before we, you're like, I'm taking notes.
No, I have questions to ask, and I don't want to forget.
No, it's okay. We connected again, and then he knew I was single, and he asked me on a date. It didn't work out because we were like working at this conference thing, so our schedules just like didn't line up. So he's like, you should just have coffee with me in Kansas, or in Omaha. And I was like, well, I'm moving to Texas, so that's a long commute, for this like coffee. He's like, it's worth it, like it's fine. And then he messaged me and said basically like, I want to be with you. I want you to come to Kansas for a week, and I want you to spend time with me because I don't want to keep talking if long distance, like there's no plan of being together.
Did you ever meet up, or did y'all go I missed that little
No,
part.
it never worked out because our
So you guys
schedules
never
didn't-
met
no,
up
no,
again?
no.
Okay.
Yeah, and so we FaceTimed a few times. He went to like a 4-week like Europe trip after college before he kind of started his normal real life with like a job.
Yeah.
And we FaceTimed while he was gone. And then when he got back to Kansas, he said, I want you to come and hang out with my family and me. And I said, no. And I went to my mom because I assumed of all people, my mom would be like, this is crazy. And she goes, free trip to Kansas. Like, and I was like, what the fuck is in Kansas? Like, why would I want to go to Tonganoxie, Kansas? And nobody in my life was like, this is weird. Don't do it. So I just felt crazy. Like,
For thinking it was weird.
yeah, I'm like, is it me? Like, am I the only one?
Why was he in Kansas?
So he was living in Kansas. He was stopping by before he moved to Omaha for a job. So he was like kind of gathering his things and packing up, and then was going to make the move to Omaha. So he was there for like a month, kind of a landing pad after college before like work.
And
So-
were you in Texas at this time?
I was in California. I know
Okay.
that the geography's crazy. We were both people that just moved around a lot.
Yeah.
But I was doing the same thing. My home was in California, and I was about to move to Texas for school, and he was about to move to Omaha for work. So we were both home in our states for like 4 weeks together. Separate but together. So that's when he was like, come to Kansas before I moved to Omaha because I would like us to know whether we should basically keep talking, because we talked all day. But there was like, I was going to be in Texas for like years.
Yeah.
And it just didn't make sense. Like, we didn't spend enough time together. There was no pre-established relationship. So to spend that much time investing in somebody that was so far away, it was like we should probably hang out in person one time to kind of figure out whether we want to keep doing this. And so I said yes, but before I left, I said, I'm not your girlfriend. Do not hold my hand. Do not kiss me. Like, I didn't want him to think I was basically flying to Kansas to fuck. Like, sorry, can I cuss on this podcast? No.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Okay. I'm like, sorry. I just realized. And I'm like, this isn't like a cross-state like booty call. I'm like, I really
I would
actually
imagine that after waiting this long of you guys talking and meeting, that he has to know that this isn't a booty call in general.
I know, but also I have never dated a man that respected me. Like, you know what I mean? And so I couldn't imagine him assuming that. I had to say it out loud for myself to get on that plane. And then I immediately regretted it because I got there and he wouldn't let me carry my bags. He like opened every door for me. And I was like, oh no, now I can't kiss him because I told him not to. So I'm going to look like I'm going back on my, and the very first night we like hung out. Oh, by the way, oh my God. We get there. His dad is a hobby dairy farmer. So he lives on like a dairy farm. It just happened to work out one of the cows was being impregnated that day, like artificially inseminated.
Wow.
Glove to like the shoulder.
Some IVF going on over there.
I didn't know. So we're watching, and all of a sudden his arm disappears into this cow, and Jonas is like mortified, and his dad's like, it was on the schedule. I couldn't change it. And I'm just like, what is going on? What is going on? So I had my first glass of honey whiskey that night because I was like, I need alcohol in my system like so fast right now. Yeah, I needed it a while ago.
All right, now I'll tell you that story. I got a phone call one day. I wanted to make this thing. It's a way for other comics to show themselves.
Oh, that's right. You're not hosting your own show.
They did him dirty.
Aria figured out a way to put it up somewhere else.
You thought about bringing it back?
All the time, I need your and Tom's help. You guys ready for this? Okay. It's a fucking crazy night we're gonna have here.
Shit's about to go down.
Hello. And we're here to talk ball. Storytelling show, telling true stories.
Word for word what happened.
My favorite.
Please tell them the story. My story is a love story. It's about
My first threesome.
bad first date.
It's about ball. Football.
Got arrested. Shitting your pants.
What the fuck?
What the fuck?
What the fuck is going on?
That's my story.
Don't think about it, just laugh. It's funny.
Shucks. Please get it up. Mr. Tony Hinchcliffe, Lee Bragazzi, Mr. Pat Stone, Gillis, John Lamar, Reed,
I'll give you everything I have in my wallet.
Ooh, yeah.
Give me all of that. That would have been the all-time best story to tell on this show.
And then we hang out, and then that night we're on the couch downstairs. I'm like staying in the basement of this like childhood home. And he leans in and he's like, can I kiss you? And I said, you said you wouldn't. And he goes, you're right. I did say that. And he's like, good night. And he like goes upstairs, and I just like face plant into this bed. And I'm just like, he's going to respect you because you said no. Like he's going to respect you because you kept your word. And then the next night we kissed, and we've been kissing ever since. Yeah, it's amazing.
Did he look the same after seeing him in the grocery store to waiting so long?
Oh, like, better. I mean, I was looking at him through the lens of like, whoa, I want to make out with you, you know? And
Yeah.
the first time I met him, it was meeting a friend's friend. Like I wasn't really, you know, thinking anything else
At
beyond
this
that.
time you were attracted to him.
Yeah, now I was just like, whoa, you're so hot. And he was wearing this cutoff, oh my God, this like red gym shirt. I mean, so on purpose, but it was like, you basically are not wearing a shirt, but on top of that, you're wearing this
He
like
knew what he
cutoff
was
tank.
doing. I mean,
1,000%.
waiting to meet up with you. He probably went through his wardrobe so many times.
1,000%.
He's like, how do I look hot but look like I'm not trying to look hot?
Yeah, no, he looked so good. I was obsessed.
Did he? Were you guys sending each other pictures like selfies and stuff?
Totally, yeah.
So you knew what he looked like, and y'all were FaceTiming. And all
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
so.
The very first time we FaceTimed, it was like at 1 a.m. until about 4 a.m. when he left for Paris. He shaved his beard on the call, and he had his shirt off, and he was like, it was down here, and he started shaving. He goes, that's a little too scandalous. So he puts it up, and I was like, what is happening right now? Like it was like he felt so immediately comfortable with me. I have never in my life met somebody like that, because that's how I am with people that I feel safe around. It takes me a lot to feel safe around you, but once I do, like nothing is really off limits, like no conversation. Like I'll say things that I'm like, maybe that was inappropriate, but I feel very safe with people. And for him to do that with me, I was like, wow, you're my people. Like I love this so much. But I thought he was friend zoning me because he talked so comfortably with me that I was like, maybe I'm misinterpreting this. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, like a little, y'all are getting along so well that maybe
I'm like, you're
he's
my friend.
interested in friendship.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Because I'd never had a friendship with somebody I dated. It was like immediately romantic, and there was no friendship foundation like built there.
Yeah.
And he truly, by the time we ended up like getting together, we had talked so much that I was like, you almost feel like one of my best friends. If not best in terms of like BFF best friend, but like my closest and most frequent talk to friend. Like at that point, moving away from a country where I now am going back home, I just felt like it was this weird like changing of lives, and he was the one consistent thing in that. And he knew my past life in Australia. Now going back to the States, it was like I couldn't actually imagine having dated anyone that couldn't relate to what I had gone through for like 3 years in another country. And so it was really powerful. Like it was a really powerful and bizarrely strong and deep connection very quickly, that by the time I got there in Kansas, I pretty much knew. His mom, so they dropped me off at the airport. They got home. His mom on an envelope starts writing down the names of everyone they're going to invite to our wedding.
Wow.
It was like immediate. We just knew, like immediately. We were engaged 7 months later and married like 6 months after that. And we've been married ever since with two babies.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So let's back up a little bit.
Yeah.
So why did you break up with the guy that you were seeing?
He was an incredible human being, and I would have had a great life with him if I married him. But I just knew there was something in me that was like, this is like 95% great. And I'm so lucky to have a 95% there kind of partner that I could be with. But I was missing the like fire. I was missing that like Jonas and I said, like, I'm obsessed with you. And I couldn't imagine having said that to the person before. But I have nothing bad to say about the dude. The kindest soul.
Well, that's disappointing.
I know, honestly.
How long were you guys together?
Who?
The guy before Jonas.
We were together for like 8-9 months, but most of it was long distance because I was in Australia and he was in California. Okay. We met online.
Yeah.
And so I think that I thought it was going to be there. And then when we started dating long distance, and then we met up, and it was like the fire just wasn't there that like I wanted it to be.
That.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And so then I got back and tried to kind of convince myself that maybe it was me, or maybe it was like I was tired. It just didn't work out. But after a few weeks, I was like, I don't want to spend the rest of my time here tied up in somebody that I know probably isn't the one. And so we broke up.
In the back of your mind, did you still have Jonas there?
No, not at all. Not until I saw him at conference. I kind of forgot he existed a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that much time apart makes sense.
I mean, we didn't cross paths at all. No mutual friendships or anything like that.
So how much time was it between when you met at the deli to when you went to Kansas?
So we met at the deli in October. I broke up with my boyfriend in February. We met the first time where he didn't know I was single in March. And then July was when he knew I was single, and we connected, and he asked me on the date. It didn't work out because of our schedules. And then we FaceTimed the next day, basically when he went onto that trip, 4 weeks. And then August was Kansas.
So this is all in like a year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was the other question I had? Oh, what was it about Jonas that got you initially?
Well, there's a story in my book. It's called House Clothes, and when I met him in the deli, he was wearing his house clothes, and I had been ruthlessly made fun of, not like for real, but kind of. I like to wear comfy clothes to the grocery store, and I had a lot of friends that loved to dress up all the time, and they were like, it's like you could run into anyone at the grocery store and like you're wearing your pajamas. And I'm like, I'm not trying to impress anyone at a grocery store. Like, what are you talking about? I'm trying to get like roast beef to eat with my hands and eat out of a bag. Like, what are we doing here? And so he was wearing his house clothes, and I. That was the only thing I remembered from that.
You're like, soulmate.
Literally, no, it wasn't like a romantic meeting because the boyfriend, but I was like, I love that this dude is wearing comfy clothes to the grocery store. And that really stuck with me because I was like, you care more about being comfortable and just going and doing your thing than how people perceive you. And it was like, I loved that because that's my whole life. I love that so much. And then after that, I'll never forget this. My mom told me after high school, she said, you're never going to find a man that is soft and strong, like gentle and strong at the same time, like manly and masculine, but also like gentle and kind and soft and tender and empathetic. She's like, you have to pick one. They don't exist. And I just remembered thinking like, I'm sad that you think that because that's a bummer. And I know my brothers are that way. And I'm like, I know that exists because the kindest and strongest men are like around me with my brothers. And so I am sad that you don't believe that exists for you.
Yeah.
You know, she's divorced, by the way. So I'm not like shitting on my dad back there. And so I remembered once I was single and we connected and he didn't know I was single, I remembered clocking that he was leading this team. It was it's called the refresh team, but essentially he was cleaning toilets and dumping trash, and he was like the janitor for this conference. And he had these a bunch of dudes around him. He was like a third year, and then he had these interns that were first years. And he was leading this meeting and I was on the ground in the kitchen, like hovering over like this little trash can, eating my food really, really fast because I had like 5 minutes to eat. And he stopped and all these men were around him looking at him like they respected him a lot. And I just thought it was so cool because I had experienced like a softness with him. And then to watch him lead a bunch of dudes that looked up to him, I thought to myself like that it does exist. And I didn't think he liked me. So it was more just clocking that like, a man can be soft and strong at the same time. And I just thought that was so beautiful. And he has been that way consistently. That is like not an illusion that he just like put on. He is so soft and so strong, and it's beautiful. It's the most beautiful thing about him, I think.
Well, when you're with someone for so long, things do come out that
sure
irritate you
yeah.
and make you just
1,000%.
What would you say is like his biggest red flag?
That's a good question. I think, well, I mean, everyone has a few, right? And so the first one I think was I don't like to react in conflict. And comes from a family that is like, the moment something happens, we're going to sit and talk about it. And I think that comes from a place of insecurity where it's like, I can't handle you being upset with me. So I need to make sure that we're good.
You're like that.
No. Him and his family are like that.
So when something happens, he's like, hey, we need to address this now.
Right now. And there's a difference between like...
That's me.
But there's a difference between like, I want to address it right now because I want to fix it versus an insecurity of like... I can't handle you having anything but positive thoughts and feelings about me, regardless of whether they are justified or not. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you put me against a wall and I feel cornered, I will hurt you because I feel trapped and I want to get away, and I'll do anything I need to get away.
So you don't like having that confrontation?
No, I do, but I just want to second. I need to cool off. I need a second to process. He's a verbal processor and I am an internal like thinking processor.
Yeah.
So he wants to fix it and he's fixing it as he's talking. And I'm like, literally get away from me or I will say something to hurt you so that you shut down and don't want to talk to me. That's my red flag as well.
Wow.
So both of our red flags are waving at each other and like crossing. It's like a sword fight of our red flags. And we had to learn immediately that like, you need to just give me 5 minutes. I need to choose when that happens.
I can't give you 5 minutes.
That's why.
Because because that's 5 minutes that you could process something incorrect.
What? So why does that scare you?
Because I completely understand your husband with this one.
No, but I'm curious because I have the male's perspective of it, and I want to hear your perspective of it.
I feel like if something is going like. If I say something that like you take wrong and I didn't mean for it to go that way and suddenly like you're offended and you get upset and you're physically upset and I can tell, then I have to smooth it over and clear the air because I didn't mean for it to be that way.
Sure.
And the longer that you sit with that,
you stew,
the more you're going to feel a certain way.
Yeah.
And then it's more work for me to have to undo that.
Sure.
If I give you the time to sit with that.
It sounds like you take a lot of responsibility for other people's feelings.
For sure.
Yeah. I think that insecurity can cause more problems than the actual conflict itself.
Yeah, but I would rather cause more problems.
Sure, yeah.
And have more to talk about because the more we talk, the better I feel.
Right, okay. That makes sense. To me,
I'm like, you want to talk more? Let's talk more.
I love talking
until you die.
Literally tell me everything you're thinking all the time. But I just shut down. I come from a home where like I'm a very like I'm like a trauma. I've experienced a lot of like trauma in my life at early childhood, and so I cannot process something in front of you. I was in a place where if I did that wrong, I would never be forgiven for that. Like, and so I don't want to say something incorrectly, and I don't want to. I can't figure out how I feel in front of you. I don't know how to do that.
Then if I were to respect that, then I would say we are going to pinky promise.
Yeah.
That if I let you go and process alone without
always
me,
you come back.
then you have to at least come back and hear me out.
Always, always.
When I had the idea for this show, I had no clue that bringing it to life would mean having to wear countless other hats that have nothing to do with being a host. That's why finding the right tool that actually works instead of just adding to your plate is a lifesaver. For millions of businesses, that tool is Shopify. Shopify powers the brands you know and love, like ours here at YMH, plus the ones that are just getting started. They have countless templates to build an online store for your brand or business without having to learn how to code or whatever. And they've got AI tools to handle everything you don't want to do, like write product descriptions, create headlines, edit your photos, so you can focus on the stuff you actually know how to do. Start your business today with the industry's best business partner, Shopify, and start hearing... Sign up for your $1 per month trial today at shopify.com/date. Go to shopify.com/date. That's shopify.com/date. Anyone else tired of traditional banks that charge you a monthly fee just to have an account? If you're like me and you think you shouldn't have to pay to access your own money, you've got to hear about Chime. They're changing the way people bank with fee-free banking built for you, not the 1%. You can get 5% cash back on your Chime card in a category of your choice, like gas or groceries. Plus, access to premium travel perks like airport lounge access and 24/7 travel concierge included with your Chime card. I absolutely love not paying a fee. Chime is not just smarter banking. It is the most rewarding way to bank. Join the millions who are already banking fee-free today. Head to chime.com/date. That's chime.com/date. It only takes a few minutes to sign up. Chime is a fintech, not a bank. Banking services for Chime Card provided by Chime's bank partners. Optional products and services may have fees and charges. Stated cash back for Chime Prime only. No minimum balance required. For more information on travel perks, go to chime.com/disclosures.
But that's the thing is it takes that trust.
But then I die inside a little bit for those 5 minutes. I want to go hang from a cross.
Interesting.
So just know.
Yeah.
That internally, I'm going,
yeah.
fuck!
Yeah.
You know,
and I think that's
better.
okay. I think that's okay. I think that's your responsibility to figure out.
But then why is it okay that you get to go have your time to process the way you want?
Yeah.
But it's disrespectful for me to process the way I need to process.
I think that both you're processing by talking. I want to talk. If you want me to talk, I have to have some time. There will be no talking if I don't have 5 minutes.
I'm so glad I have a son. I would take him and be like, listen, you and I need to talk. I'm talking to someone else who just looks at me and goes, Dada.
I know. I think that it's just communication styles. And at the end of the day, there has to be give and take. I would rather not say anything about it. I would rather be like, it's my fault. I'm internalizing this and I probably need to fix something in myself. And I would rather just us never discuss it. So that,
whoa!
Yeah. I hate it. I don't want you to be mad at me. And I would rather just assume that what happened is my fault.
Do you hold grudges?
I do, but it's
Shoot me.
Well, rightfully so. I'm like, I used to not, and now it's I've been healing to the point where I'm allowed to keep people accountable in my mind for what they've done and also forgive them, but never forget. Forgive and forget is a crazy statement. Forgive and tattoo on the inside of my eyelids.
What?
Forgive and tattoo on the inside of my eyelids.
Oh.
Forgive and never again.
Oh, I get that.
Yeah. So to me, that.
I think remembering what someone does to hurt you is a good thing.
Yeah.
But I think forgiveness is key.
Sure. I guess for me, grudge is the never forget part. But is grudge? Can you have a grudge if you forgive? Do those?
So the only way I can answer this. So to me, a grudge is when if you and I were to talk something out.
Yeah.
And clear the air.
Yeah.
And we both agree that what happened.
Oh, then you
sucks,
never stop bringing it up.
But a grudge is continuing.
Oh no, I don't do that.
The next time you throw it in my face, well, remember when you did that?
No.
That's a grudge.
No,
to me.
no. I don't do that. No, but I really struggle with letting people down. I'm so afraid. I'm sitting here and I'm like, I hope I don't let her down. like with this podcast. Like, I'm so afraid of not being what someone needs and wants of me and from me that I would rather, my personal red flag is like, I would rather just assume that if something goes wrong, it was my fault, let me fix it and come back, and you don't have to take any accountability at all. But for me and Jonas and this like meeting in the middle, it's like I have to like, give me 5 minutes, let's figure it out, but you have to trust me that I'm not going to run away in that 5 minutes or that however long I need, and then we will always come back and talk it through. And I think that is where that compromise comes from. You know what I mean?
Does he handle that well?
Now he does, yeah, because he sees how healthily our conflict resolves.
Yeah.
It didn't work beforehand, so it doesn't actually, we're not getting the result you're wanting by me talking immediately. But if you just give me a little space, it's a very healthy like repair. And those like repair attempts, and the more proof you have of that, the more your brain stops to struggle to like let somebody walk away for a second, because you're like, my brain has enough proof that you're going to come back, you're not going to leave me, and you're not going to. The underlying like big B belief that we have in each other is like, I know you love me, and if we hurt each other, our goal is to fix it. I want to spend the rest of my life with you. I'm going to take my dying breath with you at 300 years old at the same day, same time. Like, I want to spend our whole lives together, and so I want to repair. But what I need is to not feel like I'm backed into a corner. And so, yeah, it's just learning how to merge two lives of two people that have completely different backgrounds is wild, honestly. Like, people that stay married or just stay together in relationship is like miraculous to me. Like, you're telling me that two people that can't read each other's minds have to communicate and have to meet in the middle, and every single relationship is so different. For people to stay together, it really feels like actual magic. It's pretty crazy to me.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, and I think that your whole life with somebody is learning how to meet in the middle, and sometimes it's 70-30, sometimes it's like, it's hard, and especially with kids. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I'm tired. I'm so tired. I'm so tired. I'm so tired. Oh my God. Yeah.
I think that for me, one thing I've never done in a relationship is say something I don't mean to someone. Like, I've never negatively like thrown words out at someone that I didn't mean.
Even unintentionally?
I'm really good at holding in the like. No matter how I feel, I would rather be silent than have to go back and apologize for saying something that I don't mean, because I feel like words, when they hit you, that's really, really deep down how someone's probably
you can't
feeling.
take them back.
Yeah, and
ever.
So I feel the same way.
Yeah.
So when someone says something, attacks me verbally, to me, there's no verbal construction that I can do to like retract that or fix that. That's probably the only time in a relationship or anything where I digress and I'm like, oh, okay, that's how you feel.
Yeah.
All right. And I have nothing to say. But then that wasn't my fault either. That was someone else coming at me.
Right. But then I guess my question is, how are you just incredibly like healthy? Because how do you have I'm impressed with your ability to process your emotions in real time and also hold things back and not say anything that you don't mean. How are you thinking and processing and talking at the same time? Can you do all those things at once?
I don't think I talk a lot.
So then why do you want to talk immediately?
I only want to talk if I do something to upset someone else. But usually it's my actions that will upset someone, not something I say.
Right. So then if you want to repair immediately, is it only when you think there's been a misunderstanding that you didn't mean?
Yeah.
So you really hold yourself high in the regard of like, you mean what you say and you say what you mean. And if someone misunderstands it, you're like, I have to clear that immediately.
Yeah.
Okay. Where does that come from?
I don't.
Were people mean to you with words when you were younger?
I was in a relationship for like 7.5 years.
Whoa.
Where someone was very mean to me verbally.
Okay. Then,
and I like came to really hate this person because I'm like, wow, you hate me.
Yeah.
I can't believe we are lasting so long.
Yeah.
When
Why?
You
Why did it last so long?
Me so long because I was married. Oh. So I was in this like mindset of for better or worse and like till death do us part. And I was really married to that thought. And I was just like, I don't want to leave this person because I was comfortable. I was like in a life that I enjoyed. Everything around the negative verbal stuff was great. And I was like
everything besides it?
Everything besides that.
Okay.
I really enjoyed where we lived. Like all of our friends.
Like nothing to do with him.
Nothing. Yeah. I was just comfortable in life.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to stir the pot and uproot everything over the fact that this person said things that he didn't really mean all the time.
When did that start?
Probably like 3 years in.
Oh, so not immediately. Was there signs of that before?
We had a 2-year long distance relationship, so there was never any room for that. And so then we started living together, but he lived in Italy and I lived in America. And so he moved over and we got married to give him a green card.
Whoa.
And then within the year, which was the 3rd year of like living together, it just started small. And by year 7, it was big.
Was it ever physical?
No.
No, just words. Not just.
He wasn't big enough. He was my size. I would have beat the shit out of him. So he had no chance. This short king was like me and I worked out every single day. I was like, bro, I'll fuck you up. But the verbal stuff still hurt my feelings. Like sticks and stones can break my bones, but words can actually hurt me.
It's like for real. For real. There are things that I hold on to, even said in passing, that affect me more than some of the biggest and worst fights that are like little comments that that literally shaped my entire worldview and my sense of self, that like made me afraid to make big decisions in my life that were like that happened like 20 years ago. Do you know what I mean? It's like words are so powerful. And what's interesting when I hear you say that is we are coming from the same place when I need a break, because I know that because I've been hurt by people's words so much that I'm like, I can't trust myself to not say something that I don't mean. It's not like I want to hurt you, so I'm going to like cut you down. It's like, I don't know how I feel. I get really flooded. Like my body floods with emotion to the point where like I'm a 10 or a 0 on an emotional scale. There's no middle. Jonas is a 5 all the time, to the point where like when we first started dating, I was like, we would like a concert or something fun. I'm like jumping up and down. I'm like 2 like vodka sodas in, and he's like my DD, and he's just chilling. And I'm like, what are you like? What's wrong? Are you mad? Like, he's like, no, I'm just pacing myself. And I'm like, for what? Like, this is the time you should be like using the energy. And like that was, it like really hurt my feelings at first, because I was like, am I not worth like the excitement? Like I felt like I was like dragging him to these things and he wasn't excited. And now like 8 years into our marriage, I'm so grateful that he's steady, because like an hour later I'm on his shoulder and he's like carrying me through the crowd, you know, like, and I'm so grateful I have this like steady human being. Yeah. But I get flooded with feelings and emotions. And so when we are we don't actually really fight that often, to be honest with you. But like if it ever does get to the point where someone hurts someone else with their actions or just, you know, missing something, I don't know. To me, I care so much about words that I'm like, I want to make sure I say the exact right thing. I want to make sure I mean what I say. Yeah. And he just isn't a big talker. He's very quiet. And so when he wants to talk, it's more like, I just want to be here and listen. And I'm like, I can't, that doesn't work for me. So it's interesting because I think we're coming from the same place with that.
Yeah. Words are so easy to throw out.
Yeah.
You know, like if I wanted to be that way, I could. But then I know that I would have to apologize for that. And I hate apologizing.
You do?
Oh, God.
Is it like a pride thing?
I'd rather get my fingernails pulled out.
Really?
And bamboo shoved underneath them than
What was the last time you had to do like a full apology to somebody?
I don't know. I think I blacked it out of my mind.
You're like, I don't know. I disassociate.
It's so terrible having to apologize. I hate having. Probably something to my mom. It was probably like from being frustrated about something and like just getting short-tempered and then having to go to my mom and like apologize. Luckily, my mom is like kind of senile, so she forgets a lot. And so
luckily my mom's senile.
I don't have to.
It's a wild statement. Thank God. Thank God, honestly.
She's like, wait, what are you apologizing for? I was like, I was just saying I need to go get a manicure.
Your hands are gross, Mom. You look bad. Okay? I love that.
But I feel like if I have something to say and I hold and like in the heat of a moment where I could fire off all these things that I could say.
Yeah.
And I would rather hold it in. I also am terrible at conversation when it comes time for me to talk. Like, I'll go throughout the whole day and I'll like map out exactly how I feel. And I'm like, I'm going to say this, 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 and this. And then I'll take a shower and I'm like, and then I'm going to say it like this, this, and this. And then I get in front of someone and I'm like, are you hungry?
You're like,
and it all goes out the window. And
what's
I
your
don't say
name
anything.
again? Yeah.
I'm just like, and
There's
then everything I felt, and then I feel like I processed it all so much that I'm like, you know what, just let it go.
Yeah.
This is going to be so much.
Yeah.
And just.
Yeah. There's in my book, there's a story called Everything She's Ever Wanted, in parentheses, to say, but only remembers when she's angry and taking a shower. And it's a whole conversation that happens. And it's a story of this person that calls me, and he only ever professed his love for me when I couldn't say it back, ever. And it was like, I wanted him so badly. And I knew he didn't actually want me. He just could not imagine me belonging to like anybody or being with anybody else. And you realize halfway through the story that I'm having this conversation with myself, and then I'm in the shower, and then it goes back to like I get soap in my eyes or something, and then it goes back to the story. And it's like I rehearse things so much, and I will like build this whole world up in my head of what happened. And then one of the lines is just like, why do I only think of these things when it doesn't matter and I'm like alone? Like I wish I could say these things in the moment.
Totally.
And then when I was tracking the audiobook, I realized I'm saying these things. Like all of the things I ever wanted to say to people that I wrote in this book because I never got to say to them, I tracked it in my audiobook. I said it with my mouth and put it in, and I sound designed it and like edited it and put it out into the world. And I was like, I got to actually do it. It was like the craziest and most like healing experience that I got to just like close that loop in so many ways. And it was really powerful for me, honestly.
What is your book called?
It's called That's a Great Question, I'd Love to Tell You. That's what it's called. And
That's cool.
Yeah, but if I don't say it's called, then people well, like, what's your book name? And I'm like, that's a great question. I'd love to tell you. I mean, no, that's the title.
Yeah. What is it about?
So it's short stories and poems and illustrations about my life. It's not like a memoir or a biography, but it's essentially a really artistic and creative way to share all of those little moments that kind of like what we were saying, where it's like a little passing comment could end up shaping like your entire worldview. That was what it was. It's not a lot of like those big moments in my life, and it kind of seems like random. And then once I meet Jonas in the book, everything kind of starts becoming chronological after that, which is cool. Because when you meet the person that you want to actually spend the rest of your life with, they kind of help untangle all of those little things, and you start to make sense of all of them. And so, yeah, honestly, it's the coolest thing I've ever made. I'm really, really, really excited and proud about it.
When did you release it?
October.
Oh, so it's like fairly recent.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
What is a comment that shaped your world?
Well, I mean, the very first thing that came to mind is not going to be very deep, but it really impacted me, was I had a boyfriend in high school who was on the phone, and his sister moved out. She was in college, left all these clothes behind, and they were going to donate them. And his mom was like, do you want to try on any of these my daughter's clothes that we're going to donate? I'm like, yeah. She had this bathing suit, and this girl, I like looked up to her. She was so cool. You know, she's in college and like was my brother's best friend. And so I just thought she was so cool. And so she had this cool bathing suit. I put it on, and he's on the phone. I go and I'm like, this is cool. I was like, I look so hot. It's a red bikini. I was like, I look so hot. Not even talking to me on the phone. He goes, why are they uneven? He's like, why is one lower than like my boobs? And I was like, I never, ever, ever like felt comfortable with my body ever again. I think about it to this day. Like, but it's those things that like, I'm like, you weren't even talking to me. You were so on the phone with someone else, so casually cruel, like to make that comment, which it really, I was not aware that was not normal. And I mean, it's so common, but like, that comment made me immediately just like self-conscious. And so it's like those kinds of things that just end up shaping the way I was comfortable in my skin for the next 20 years of my life. Like it was wild. Not 20, 15.
Yeah.
I'm like, how long have I been out of high school? Yeah. Anyways. Yeah. It was wild.
I was whenever I was doing stand up, I was having a conversation with a really close friend of mine, and I was like, I feel like I've like really lost my funny. Like I can't find my funny, and I was like so serious in conversations lately.
Did
and
it have
like,
anything to do with postpartum at all, or no?
This was before I had kids.
Before, okay.
And so I was like in this moment, and I was just talking to her, and she was like, "Well, you look really good. Have you been dieting or anything?" And I was like, "Yeah, of course. I'm like always on keto. It's like one thing that makes me feel great." And she goes, "Well, the first thing you lose on a diet is your personality." And I was like, let's go have pizza.
You're like, she's like, so you're like, so you agree? I'm not funny.
Yeah,
I'm like, that's like, I wasn't actually looking for you to agree with me.
Oh my God.
Did you get pizza?
For sure. I was like, why are we having coffee and giving me so much adrenaline? I'm like, let's go eat some shit food.
I love that for you.
And then I like found my funny shortly after that. I stopped dieting. And so then ever since then, if I feel like I've lost my funny, I eat something really unhealthy, and it somehow helps.
I love that so much. I just like eating unhealthy foods all the time. I don't actually, the term unhealthy is like wild to me because it's like, what does that mean? Like if it's good for me because it makes me funny and happy, it's great. That's a very healthy behavior. Like for me, Taco Bell at 2 a.m, like exclusively like a little high and a little drunk, like in my bed watching reality TV with Jonas.
Yeah.
Very healthy behavior because it makes me very happy.
What's your favorite fast food?
I think
Plot twist.
I know.
Your favorite
honestly, either Taco Bell or like we have a like Raising. Do you guys have Raising Cane's?
We do.
Yeah. I love Raising Cane's. Or like Chipotle is a good one. I don't know if Chipotle is fast food. You can't get it delivered or a drive-through.
Remember that little piece of cilantro? It's Chipotle.
I live for Chipotle.
I eat Chipotle so much.
I live for it.
It's ridiculous.
It's amazing. It's good quality. You can get a bunch of like meat and protein and vegetables.
I always get extra steak.
Oh, double steak for sure. What's your order? What's your order at Chipotle?
I get white rice, black beans, double steak, sour cream and cheese, and the green sauce on the side because I like to put it on myself.
I do a base of fajita veggies, no rice or beans, double steak, cheese, corn salsa, lettuce, guacamole, sour cream, and then the mild and the hottest salsa.
Add a tortilla, you got a fajita.
Love it. I love fajitas.
I do too.
What's your least favorite fast food?
Oh, hold on, it's gonna come to me. I gotta think of all the fast foods that I don't like. Probably like Burger King.
Oh, have you had it recently?
No.
It's so good.
No. What do you mean? It's my least favorite.
It's so good. The flame grilled, like it's so yummy.
For me to have a burger, it's got to be like Shake Shack.
I don't like Shake Shack.
What the heck? Why?
It's. Do you like Culver? Have you ever been to Culver's? Do you have Culver's here? Okay.
Do we
correct.
have that here? Oh yeah. Is it a burger place?
Culver's with cheese curds.
Culver's. Where is
The
it?
cheese curds,
Culver's?
It's south of here.
It's so good, dude.
South of here. It
It's
gives me zero.
Go
It
and
gives me
get a
zero.
double. They're called butter burgers. My mouth is literally watering talking about this.
Really?
Yeah, it's called a butter burger. They're not like smash burgers, I don't think, right?
Yeah, no, they're not smash.
No. They're like normal patties. You have a bacon. Do you like bacon?
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bacon cheeseburger, and then a side of cheese curds.
Really?
Yes.
Hold on. What's it called?
She's like Culver's.
Culver's.
And so then they have these things called concretes. So it's like have you heard of Freddy's? So it's like a custard based, like you can make, it's like a Dairy Queen but custard based.
Mm-hmm.
And so I get a vanilla base, double Butterfinger and double Heath concrete, like mix in that, and then and the kids meals, you get a free scoop of ice cream with it, and you can redeem it at the same time. So my kids get a whole
They're
thing.
showing me on this screen.
Yes.
What is this place called? Concretes?
So these are concretes at Culver's. Yeah.
Oh, it's at Culver's.
Yeah.
Oh.
Dude.
This seems like a competitor for Shake Shack.
It's not. I don't think that they're in the same realm. I think
more like a Dairy Queen.
Yeah, it's like it's a way better Dairy Queen. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to try it.
Shake Shack is like a competition
I
for
feel like
In-N-Out.
that would make me pretty funny.
It would make you very funny. Yeah, it's the funniest. Yeah. I go
the next
twice
time
a week.
I feel like I'm losing my personality.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go to Culver's.
I love it. Anytime I ever, when I was little, my mom would celebrate me going to the doctors by getting me a chocolate milkshake after, because I'm so terrified of the doctors. So now, when I was pregnant, after all of my OB appointments, I would go to Culver's and get myself a concrete.
Oh my gosh, yum.
And then I would do the cheese curds and dip the cheese curds. Oh my,
that is
really
such
hungry.
a pregnancy thing.
I know.
To do.
No, I would throw the cheese curd in the concrete, and then I would scoop it back out with it, and I would just sit in the parking lot, and I'm like, I did it. I went to my doctor's appointment, and then I loved it. It was amazing.
I like to get cheese, and I'll shred this cheese, and I will fry it over the stove to make like a cheese crisp, and then I put pickle spears in it, and then I roll it, and then I eat it like that, and it's like this salty, cheesy, pickly thing.
I do that with breakfast burritos. I make the same cheese crispy, but then I put my breakfast burrito in it, roll it up.
Oh my gosh,
it's really good.
That sounds so
it's so good. I did keto. I mainly eat like lower carb and do keto, and so I do all those little tricks. Yeah,
dude, I could talk about this all day.
I know, same. We probably don't have all day though.
We don't. You only have 5 minutes.
Damn it.
Well, very quickly, in like 30 seconds or so, how did your man propose to you?
He took, so I moved to Omaha on a Friday, and on that Monday he proposed to me.
Wait, so you went to Omaha. How long were you there?
I moved on a Friday, and then the Monday he proposed to me.
But wait, you had to go out there just to visit first, right?
Oh yeah, I visited him while we were dating long distance. So from Texas, I took a couple road trips up and spent the weekend with him.
So you had been there a few times.
A couple times, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I quit school because I hated it. I'm really bad at school. I don't have a degree. I'm really, really bad at school. Turns out I'm not actually a bad learner. I'm just bad in classroom. So I'm self-teaching now, and it's like really fun. But I decided to stop doing school, move to Omaha on a Friday. The Monday, he picks me up because I love a good sunrise. And when I tell you, I know people lie and say I wasn't really expecting it. I really, really was not. I thought he would want me to be there because we had talked about me living there for like 6 months just to make sure, because we had never dated in person. Like, we have never been together, only on trips, like grand total of like a week and a half spent together in person, and one of those weeks basically was like me in Kansas before we were dating. Yeah. But we just knew, I guess. And so, not I guess, we just knew, period. And so when I moved up there, he was like, let's go watch the sunrise. He goes, he says something like, wear something like warm because it's going to be really cold out. I was like, okay. So I sent a picture of my outfit, and he's like, not that I'm basically matching you. And I was like, oh, so he hates my clothes. Like, in my mind, I'm like, so he doesn't like my clothes. Like, which is fine, because all my shit was vacuum sealed in my bag.
He should have picked something else to wear. And
right,
said, that looks
exactly.
Great. Yeah.
I'm like, why wouldn't you just change and be like, you look stunning?
Exactly.
Because also I have no other options. Everything is packed away.
Dumb.
And I was like staying, I know.
How dumb.
He was just out of his mind, so nervous.
Yeah.
Like, I think that he wasn't thinking.
He's like, I can't change my outfit.
No, he's like, this is the outfit. I literally can't change. Oh my gosh. Looking back, the whole day was like, that's how it should have happened, but it's so very much us. So he like shows up with these flowers, and I'm like, I love flowers. And I thought it was like a welcome to Omaha, because I was staying with one of his friend's parents, like, because my house wasn't going to be ready until like the next day or the next week. Picks me up. He's like, I want to take you to this fountain, because he kept talking this fountain up in Omaha. It's like so beautiful, and all the sunrise. And he's like trying to beat the sunrise, and I'm like talking to him and chatting, and he's like ignoring me, and he's like not, and I'm like, this is, mind you, I just moved, and I'm like, whoa, this was a big mistake. Like, he doesn't actually, I was like, maybe he feels like I invited myself here and I don't really, you know what I mean? Like, maybe he's not happy I'm here. Goodness. He's just trying to like think about the fact that he's proposing. We show up, he can't find this fountain. He like forgets where it is. He parks really far away. He's like rushing me. I thought we were just trying to find the sunrise. I can see it. You look up and we're looking, like, we don't need to be at this fountain to be at the sunrise. We finally get there, it's off. The fountain's off.
No.
So we're standing there, and I'm like, but it was beautiful. I can show you later this photo of like we were at this water, and because the fountain was off, it was completely like glass still. And the sky was insane, like these clouds that were so bubbly, and then the complete direct like mirror image into the water. It was like the most beautiful thing I'd ever seen, that I couldn't stop looking at it. And I was like, wow. And so then I was trying to make him feel better, because clearly he was disappointed this fountain wasn't on. So I was like trying to be like, wow, like, it's so beautiful. And he's like, I love you, Elyse. And I was like, I love you too. Like, what? Like, really? I'm so grateful. And he's like, no, like, I love you. And I was like, yeah, I get it. I love
You're
you
like,
too.
I just moved here.
I get
for
it.
you.
Yeah. And anyways, and so finally he turns around and he's like on his knee, but he's in this whole sidewalk is coated in goose shit. Like so much goose poop everywhere. And he's kneeling in goose poop. And I am like, I thought he was like tying a shoe or something. And I was like, you're on like goose poop. And he's like, no, like, will you marry me? And then I said, are you making fun of me? And then he goes, no, I love you. And then I go, I'm going to throw up. So I never said yes. I just put the ring on. And then as we were walking away, he's like, to clarify, like, this is to be married. Like, you want to marry me? I was like, yeah, sorry, yeah. And then we ended up walking back. And then the whole morning, I then was just like doing the dissecting thing of like, so you're not mad at me. Like, you're like, you like my clothes? Like, it was just a lot of like, and he's like, I'm sorry.
You
like,
were
I was
so
so
overstimulated.
I was flooded. Like, and then I was like, so you don't, like, you didn't want to look at the sunrise? I just was really confused. And also I was nervous. And I was also like 22 and just a baby. Like both of us were like, had no idea what was going on, but we just knew we really liked each other to the point where we're like, let's hang out forever.
That's cool.
It was cool. It was like the coolest day. Yeah.
That's amazing.
It was amazing.
Thank you for coming on my show.
Thank you for having me. This was
I
great.
would talk to you longer.
No,
but
I know, me
I think
too.
you have a flight to catch.
Sort of, not really. Yeah, we're going to a South by thing.
I'm getting like a countdown. So
okay, bye.
Where can people find you very quickly?
All socials, Elyse Myers. You can Google me. I'm a New York Times bestseller, and you'll figure it out. You can find me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, you guys. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of First Date. We will see you next time.
First date, baby.
Are you really drinking a glass of milk with dinner?
First date, I can't wait.
You told your mom about me?
Just say you're ready.
Delete my number.